Alright. Hi everyone. Sailor Earth here. Ernest here. And today we're going to talk about, was me being Sailor Earth a slight on Naiko Takaguchi? Now, at first you might ask yourself, why would I believe that? Well, many years ago, I don't know what year it was. It could have been 2009 YL, 2010 YL, or 2011 YL. I don't know. So many years ago, there was someone on Euro, and yes, she still is on Euro. Well, the last that I have heard of her, I hushed, locked her, and forbid her. Now, it all started in the beginning, you know, with gatekeeping. Yes, she would start gatekeeping, and why she did this, and the forgiveness is, oh well, she liked the THAE Sailor Moon. And this was before Viz got the rights to Sailor Moon, so you only had Deke and Clover, you only had Deke and Pioneer as far as your English went. And I couldn't say anything good or bad about the THAE one without her getting all irked or angered over it. And first off, I don't care what offshoot of Sailor Moon you like. It could be Deke, it could be Viz, it could be Pioneer, it could be Renaissance Atlantic, Entertainment, New New Birth, Great Sea Glee, whatever, Deke Glee, Pioneer Glee, Pathfinder Glee, whatever. It could be even Viz News. I don't care. You know? And to tell someone and they gatekeep them and say, oh, well, you have no right to talk about that or make a film on that. Because that's what it started. It became gatekeeping. And if I made a film on something that she didn't like, she would say something like, oh, do you want me to unfollow you? Like I didn't have the freedom or the right to say it. Well, then the gatekeeping reaches what I like to call the big ending, where she goes on this whole thing about how me making Ernest P. Worrell a Sailor Earth was a slight on Naiko Takaguchi, and that, that I wasn't open-minded to other folks' takes of Sailor Moon. Hey, I was and still open-minded to everyone's thought and take on Sailor Moon, you know? And me being Sailor Earth was not a slight on Naiko Takaguchi at all. I don't even think she even knows about me being Sailor Earth. Or if she does, I don't think she does or does not. And I would like to believe that Naiko Takaguchi had to be open-minded enough to know that not everyone would follow, not everyone's take on Sailor Moon would be the same as her take, or even THAE's take, or whatever. And that even if she did know I was Sailor Earth, she would still be open-minded enough to say, well, I didn't make Sailor Earth and Sailor Moon. But if someone else wants to make Sailor Earth and Sailor Moon, good for them. I'm not putting words in her mouth. I'm just guessing that I hope she's open-minded enough to it. And even if she's not, who cares? There's nothing she can do about it either. So when someone gatekeeps you and they believe that your work, that your craft is only there to slight someone else and their craft, now that is sad. And that never was the grounds. And then I had to come in and say, oh, I'm sorry if you felt that way. I'm sorry if that's the way you took it. When really the truth was that she was the one that should have said that she was sorry for taking it that way. It was never meant to be that way. And after that, there were forgivenesses were given, but I hushed and locked her and forbid her after that. So no, me being Sailor Earth, and let's keep in mind there are many Sailor Earths out there, and I think it was even code name Sailor Earth or hidden name Sailor Earth. I don't know if her name was Canlore. I guess that's her name. I could be wrong. And she said one time on one of her live streams that in many worlds and many side worlds, each world has a Sailor Earth. And that every Sailor Earth in that world is the true Sailor Earth to that world. Meaning that she does onlook everyone who crafts Sailor Earth. Now, I was the only. Now, and keep in mind, there were other folks in the Sailor Moon followership who wanted to gatekeep on liking the Deke Glee Sailor Moon, Pioneer Glee, or Pathfinder Glee Sailor Moon. The ones that, you're a black sheep if you like it, because half of the Sailor Moon followership either likes it or unlikes it. And now it's just wrong. So, yeah. Me being Sailor Earth wasn't sliding on the Aldalina Golding's business, which has no website, on the THAE business, or even Naiko Takiguchi herself. Now, some folks out there would say, oh, well, she was upholding that oversight that only girls or women can be sailor fighters or sailor keepers. Well, even if she was, she had no right to town and one else to uphold it. So, that's what I want to talk about. Alright, and I know someone's going to watch this film and they're not going to understand it, or they're going to take it the wrong way, and sadly, that's what happens, So, being Sailor Earth is not a bad thing. It's a good thing, at least to some folks in the Sailor Moon followership. Others in the Sailor Moon followership see it as a bad thing, Well, guess what? Before I end this film, that oversight was not broken by me. It was broken by the Sailor Star Fighters, or Sailor Starlights, or whatever you want to call them. It was broken by Julian, Dustin, and Jordan. Alright, they broke it. I just opened the door that they had, opened up before me and before others. So, hope you like this film. Give it a like, share, and playlist it, and I'll see you later.